Cooking with Gas. Now my first guest is the host of MTV's Total Request Live and NBC's Last Call, which follows our program. Please welcome Mr. Carson Daly. So
I'm such a slob. I didn't even like.
Oh, this looks good. This is what
I work in the building now, so it's weird. You know, I just ran downstairs, got lost.
You haven't gotten acclimated to everything here in 30 Rock?
No, not at all. No, I moved my offices from MTV, which isn't far, here. So now I come here every day, but the security at NBC, I think they just think that I'm just some, like, drunk punk running around or something. You know,
right.
I have to wear my ID. I have it with me at all times, so they keep asking me to leave.
In fairness, I'm always calling security on you. That guy there, It must be weird, like the MTV offices, I bet, are very cool. And then I bet the offices here are, it's like we all work at H&R Block Insurance, you know? Welcome to our comedy show.
Right.
You know?
It is. It's definitely different. You know, at MTV, you know, like today, there's Jennifer Lopez was there, and like the Red Hot Chili Peppers are running around, and you come here, and it's, you know, it's different.
What do you mean? Al Roker's cool. Now, I want to ask you one thing. TRL, that you have the screaming fans, fans that, and it's become part of our culture now. They say, I want to request so-and-so, you know, I want to request this song.
It's a crutch. I don't know why. We've tried to, the show's been on 4 years now, and we try and get it to evolve, and we tell them before, like, you don't always have to end with screaming.
Well, because they all think they're supposed to say, you know, I want to hear this with the Red Hot Chili Peppers because it totally rocks. And like when you're watching now, because I watch, I do. I watch it, and like you're watching it, and you now prepare yourself for the scream because you know exactly when it's coming.
I live with those screams in my head every waking minute of my life.
Now, do you think? I mean, do you ever think that like you'll be in this business 40 years from now, and they'll be like one of these fans will have grown up with you, and they'll be like, I like Totally because it totally rocks. Their jaw will fall off.
I hope not. I hope not. I go home and I can hear just the echoes of just kids screaming, and I start to drink profusely.
Well, we'll talk about that soon.
I can't shake it, you know.
But now, it's funny because now you have this life where you're still doing TRL.
Yeah.
Then you're doing your Last Call show here at NBC, which is a very different kind of interview.
Yeah.
And this summer you're doing the Beach House show.
Right.
Do you ever just get confused because each one's a different interview style?
They're all different. I have a radio show too in the morning. So, and that's, you know, that's just a different style because it's not on television. It prompts a certain way to talk. And then I go to MTV. We're doing the Beach House now. In fact, we were just there. We're having our summer launch, and it was, you know, P. Diddy was on, and it's just the sort of thing where it's always screaming, and I'm wearing like these IFBs so I can block out the screams. And welcome back, you know, the Beach House, and it's very exciting. And here's Puffy, and the next minute I know I'm sitting here at NBC across from like Bill O'Reilly talking politics, and it's difficult to juggle, you know.
Do you ever get confused and ask Bill O'Reilly if he smokes the chronic? You know.
Funny you mentioned that. We thought it'd be funny when he was on.
And then you're with Puff Daddy and you ask him about Senate term limits. Right. What?
I wanted to read all of Snoop's questions to Bill O'Reilly.
Right.
And see how he could handle it.
He probably would, you know, maybe he'd do okay. He wouldn't know what the hell you were talking about.
No, I think he would.
But you have to keep that straight. Now, what about, you have this MTV image that people, it's been very successful for you. Is there any attempt on your part to say, all right, I got to switch gears now or project a different image because now I'm doing this network show?
Right. I don't, you know, I definitely don't do it too strategically where I'm just, you know, there's a bit of a, I guess, a crossover, which is kind of where I'm at now and still at MTV, but sort of making this transition into what I'm doing at Last Call. And I'm trying to get there, but there's been such a stigma and association with me. You know, like if I go to a bar, I get a lot of just drunk frat guys who look at me like, you know, I gave birth to Britney Spears, or, you know, like I'm the reason NSYNC is so successful. And it's just, they don't get it that it's just a job. And, you know, I always use the old bartender analogy of like, whatever you ask for, I just serve it up. It doesn't mean I go to these shows. I'm very neutral with it. So I've been trying to, especially with Last Call, because I think there's a lot more guys watching.
And if there's a guy in a bar who's giving you a hard time, do you throw down with them and punch him out? Because I found that's the only way for me to deal with people.
The best thing is to just start buying them shots and just, you know, try and get him drunk. And he's like, you're so cool, bro. And you're like, all right, thanks. And it's over, you know.
Yeah. He's blind by that point.
Yeah.
Doesn't know who he's talking to. Now, You're wearing the Lucasfilm shirt.
Yeah, it was just at the Lucas Ranch.
Please put the sabers away.
I'm waiting for Triumph to come up over there. That was hysterical, by the way.
Wait, oh, Triumph on Friday.
Yes,
that was one of my favorite Triumphs of all time.
I was laughing so hard. He said the word nerd and geek so many times. It was great.
Yeah, Triumph, when I heard the idea that let's send Triumph the Insult Comic Dog to the line of nerds that are waiting for the Star Wars movie,
right.
I was like, that's the greatest idea I've ever heard.
It's a weird scenario, because before I went to, we shot some MTV stuff at Lucas Ranch.
Oh, you've been to the Lucas?
We just went, yeah. And
what's that? I mean, you hear about this. What's it called? It's
the Skywalker Ranch.
Yeah. Okay. You've heard about this place, and I can't even imagine. I'm imagining like Wookiees serving you food.
It really almost is like that. It's about 40 miles, I think, just sort of northeast of San Francisco. It's in Marin County, and it's just in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's hard to even find. There's just an address on a stone. And then you go in, and there's a gate, and there's like 6 big, houses, but they're, post-production facilities, and
for his
Skywalker sound is there, but everything, there's a lake in the middle, and they refer to everything. That's Lake Ewok, and it really is. And there's 250 employees, and it's a bit creepy, though. You know
what's weird about it is that George Lucas is becoming, when you watch James Bond movies, there's always a really rich guy who becomes evil, and he lives in a mountain, and he takes on the U.S. government. Right. Lucas is kind of, it's almost like he's got billions of dollars. He has all these people that work for him in monster uniforms.
Yeah, they're there, too. When we were there, C-3PO and R2-D2 were there, like, running around.
What are you talking about?
I swear to God. I swear to you.
Now, about the Chronic, no. Did you actually saw them?
Yeah, well, we watched the movie in Lucas's, like, private screen, and we had about 100 kids there, too, and Sam Jackson was there, and C-3PO and R2-D2 sat right there and watched the movie.
Sat? How does R2-D2 sit?
He talked throughout the whole movie, too. Shut up, droid.
So they actually have the robots walking around?
They were there for the screening, yeah. It was great. It's a very cool place. It's just bizarre. Like, he's doing Skywalker wine now, and then the girl's giving me a tour, and she's like, well, George is getting into the bee business. We have Skywalker honeybees, and he's making Skywalker jam and jelly.
I'm telling you, 10 years from now, this guy is going to be, like, appearing before the United Nations. Surrender to my demands! Surrender! Or bees and Wookiees will descend on you.
You get that feeling. It was cool, though. I mean, to see Episode 2 at the place where it was written and done, the sound was amazing.
No one gets that experience.
I wasn't even a huge fan, but now I'm, like one of these like Star Wars geeks now.
All right. Well, if he invites me, I'll be a fan too. Maybe he could you keep talking about his sound technology. Maybe he could help us out here. Some Lucas sound on this show. Well, Total Request Live airs weekdays at 3:30 on MTV, and Last Call with Carson Daly airs Monday through Thursday nights right here after the show at 1:35, and you're doing a great job on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good to have. Thanks for coming by. Carson Daly, everybody. Bridget Moynihan is coming up in just a second, but first, don't let them make you do this. But first, a message from Bud Light. Bud Light, the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light. Isn't that right, Kilty McBagpipes?
You're bloody well right, O'Brien. In Britain, we drink our beer warm. I'm keeping one warm right now. Damn! I brought my concentration.